Hello again, everybody. It's Les East along with Brian Alley Walsh, NewOrleans.com. And it's Thursday. After the first practice, the Saints have open preparations for Monday night showdown against the Atlanta Falcons at the Georgia Dome, nationally televised on ESPN, with a kick around probably, I think they say 7:30 Les, but it's generally right around 7:40 really when they actually kick off. But anyway, let's open up with the injury report and we'll go from there.
Well, I guess the most encouraging thing for the Saints was that both Jabari Greer, who injured his knee against the Ravens on Sunday, and Courtney Roby, who missed that game because of a concussion that he suffered a week earlier against St. Louis, they were both full in practice.
Excuse me, Les, but there's a little combustion back in the corner here. I'm sorry, go right ahead.
Now, limited in practice, Remy Adel, Robert Meacham had a little scar tissue in that surgically repaired toe, Anthony Hargrove and Chris Ivory. And then players who did not practice at all were tight end David Thomas, who had his knee scoped, I guess about a week and a half ago, and Charles Brown, the rookie offensive lineman, with back spasms, which have kept him out of practice previously. So the fact that Greer and Roby were both full is encouraging, and I know you talked to Chris Ivory about some more details about his situation.
Yeah, he, as you mentioned, he worked on a limited basis today. He's trying to get back to full speed from a strained right hamstring that kept him sidelined against the Ravens last Sunday. He talked about that when he started practice, he felt pretty good. And as the practice wore on, he wasn't able to really open up running, as he put it. So, you know, I would say if we had to guess at this stage, he certainly looks to be a game time decision. Would be a question mark going into the game, and we'll see what happens. But you know, he's certainly optimistic. But how much that translates into him being on the field Monday night remains to be seen. From a work situation this week, they will resume practice tomorrow afternoon, and then hold a late practice on Christmas Day at 3 o'clock. And then we'll hold their walkthrough here Sunday, and then fly out to Atlanta in preparation for Monday night's game. So from that standpoint, you know, and then let's talk a little bit about the Roddy White Twitter, the continuing tweets that he puts up against in preparation for Monday night's game. Can you just kind of capsulize what this is all about?
Well, he started tweeting a lot of things. Apparently, Trent Dilfer went on ESPN and had the temerity to suggest that the Saints might be able to beat the Falcons in the Georgia Dome, which no team has done this year, and has only happened once since Matt Ryan has been quarterbacking. The Falcons, Roddy White took exception to that, tweeted something to Trent Dilfer saying it's ridiculous, there's no way they can beat us. And then it just sort of escalated from there. And he started saying things, questioning the Saints' validity as Super Bowl champions last year, saying they weren't going to be able to repeat and the Falcons would take care of that. And then he really probably crossed the line when he started saying things about the recovery from Hurricane Katrina and how it was sort of the victory last year in the Super Bowl was, you know, God doing that so that the city wouldn't cease to exist, or words to that effect. So it really got out of hand, and some Saints players responded to it, and I think Will Smith had the best response by simply tweeting a picture of his Super Bowl ring. I don't think there's really a comeback for that that's going to be very effective. I also thought it was kind of funny that one of Roddy White's tweets had to do with you know, the Saints thinking they were, you know, really something special. He used more colorful language than that, because they had won one Super Bowl, which I'm not sure how many Roddy Whites won with the Falcons, but I don't think it's one. And so anyway, it got a little out of control. Roddy White was removed from the conference call with New Orleans media today, replaced by Michael Turner. It's pretty obvious why. And so today was the first opportunity for the Saints to respond to us. Sean Payton didn't get within, you know, any shouting distance of that silliness, but some of the players responded to it. I know you talked to some of them about that.
Yeah, and the three players that I happened to be involved with were Reggie Bush, Anthony Hargrove, and then Roman Harper. And they all pretty much said that, you know, referred to him as a sophomoric, out of line, and that that he should be looking for some payback on the field come Monday night. So it certainly, they were provocative, and if he indeed wanted to stir up the hornet's nest here, he did. But I think once the game begins, all these kind of comments will add fuel to the fire, which is already going to be a huge game, regardless of whether or not there's playoff seedings at stake here as a result of Monday night's game. And people should know that the Saints actually can clinch a playoff spot if Tampa Bay loses to Seattle on Sunday. So the Saints will know, at least from that standpoint, if they're in or still on the fringe by the time kickoff on Monday night. So for Les East, Brian L.A. Walsh, on the eve of Christmas Eve. Aloha, everyone.